particular incident seemed like something of a comedic moment, some people might say, and very quickly it turned into tragedy. The bottom line is, how right was this man? As ever, let me explain. Hi, good to see you. Thank you so much for joining me today, and welcome one and all brand new subscribers. Nice to have your company. I hope you're keeping well. I don't know if you've heard about this terrible situation that happened over here at the weekend, literally between Peterborough and Huntingdon, on the train going from the north back down to London King's Cross. You may have heard of it. Two men got on the train, apparently were stabbing people up and down the train. Carnage happened, and now they've been arrested. And it's interesting, isn't it, to note that the current Home Secretary, Shabana Mahmood, basically, don't rush to accusations. Very quickly, we kind of know what those accusations are. And the problem that we've now got is we've imported these people factually untracked. They're allowed to roam the streets. They're allowed to leave the hotels that you and I are paying for at great expense. But the bottom line is we're not allowed to criticize anything about what may have been. I can only say, God bless to everybody who was involved in that terrible incident. And at the time of recording this, I'm not sure about the, end results or if there are any fatalities. What an horrific situation to be in, because as you know, and think about this, chums, on the modern day trains now, in the old days, you could have got out the door, even if it was running, you've got a better chance of getting out. The bottom line is you're now trapped, encapsulated in this door that only the conductor or the driver can free. So you can understand, according to an excellent source, what carnage was going on inside the train carriages. But what's interesting, though, is this placed on the London Underground by the comedian Ricky Gervais. And there he is promoting a particular brand, and clearly paid for this, apparently, all himself to go across various London Underground sites. Very quickly, the Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan, remember, he's the one that told you that these particular posters of beach body ready, do you remember that one? Too offensive. Do you remember the other one, of course, about the hot dog and the comedian? That was quickly taken down. And now he's ordered these to be taken down because apparently they were offensive. This is around about 12 hours before this incident happened. And as you can see, Ricky Gervais is basically saying more or less, come to London and don't forget your stab vest. The terrible thing is, what would seem as a sort of snap and a jibe at the terrible Mayor of London, which of course the President of the United States, President Trump, basically said Sadiq Khan was. Well, consequently, sadly, there you are. There is the situation. No, perhaps you shouldn't forget your stab vest. The bigger problem that you've now got for Sadiq Khan is that he is a complete and utter laughing stock. Forget that he's absolutely useless as the Mayor of London, refuting again all of those claims made by Councillor Susan Hall in City Hall that there were no grooming gangs in London, and suddenly now changing his tune. The guy is an outright liar, as are so many people in our government, right? Right now, they tell so many lies, they just hope you'll wash over. The problem for Sadiq Khan, and we have the President of the United States to thank for this, is somebody of his stature, somebody of his media power, to be able to say that on Air Force One for the world to see tells you everything you need to know. And what's interesting here is, you see, the bottom line at least is the fact that, now everybody in the world knows just what a terrible mayor Sadiq Khan is. The comedian Ricky Gervais basically standing by this, saying, there you go, what started out as a little jib at the Mayor of London, because let's be honest, a couple of days ago I told you about a colleague of mine that I worked with on Sky News, Kirsty Gallagher. She was being kicked to the ground like a football, and the bottom line is, didn't take anything from Sadiq Khan, no messages there, no instant visit from Keir Starmer or of course Shabana Mahmood, who shot up to the mosque with the fake bomb in there. Remember that? So you can understand people are sick to the back teeth. Again, like President Trump, everybody is absolutely thrilled at the fact that Ricky Gervais had the gumption, had the stamina, and more importantly, had the idea to let the world know just how bad travelling in the United Kingdom has become. Sadly, it all came to fruition for the poor people on the train going back to London between Peterborough and Huntingdon. And as I said at the start of the video, whatever that is, we wish them all well. Many people now are just looking, praying and hoping that Sadiq Khan does not continue his term. And of course, many people would simply hope that he would have the grace and manners to quit while he's ahead. because even President Trump pointed out, quite frankly, he's the worst mayor in the world. And those words are now more true than ever. Neil Sean, Kensington, London.